What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy Narik Chase, and in this video I want to come up with a concept and ideas for a Monster Squad TV series. Alright then, I still ain't got used to that, so I'm always messing up with the intro, but you got the gist of what I was trying to do. Anyways, it's cold as freaking hell over here. Jesus. But anyways, guys, I recently watched the Monster Squad. I was like, yeah, it was one of my nostalgia things, nostalgic films. I'm like going back and revisit my childhood, and it was awesome when I was a kid. And then I watched watched it, about I watched about a third of it, and I was like, this movie is terrible. Now, look, a lot of us grew up in the not grew up in the '80s. That were exposed to the '80s because I am an '80s baby, even though I grew up in the '90s. I'm a late '80s baby. So I grew up in the '90s, and of course, a lot of those '80s movies are near and dear to us because we grew up watching those. And at the time, they were awesome. They were scary. They were turn of the century with the visual effects and stuff like that. But here we are in 2018, so you get a different perspective for some of those movies. Now, I'm not one of those that's like, okay, just because I like the movie back then, it's like always going to be forever in my heart. Like, no, you grow up and your ideologies tend to change. And Monster Squad was a favorite then and not so much now. But, anyways, I think this movie would be better suit as a TV series. Now I know they did have a TV series before the movie, and I'm not going to get into that because I didn't watch it. But it looked the concept and the whole look of it looked shitty as hell. So went back, watched about a third of the Monster Squad, and I do need to actually go back and finish the rest of it. But it looks shitty as hell to me. Okay. But these are my thoughts. Okay, the Monster Squad would be a better TV series, and I feel because of some of the movies and television shows that we do have now, it would be better suited to be that. Now, I've been recently listening to the audiobook for Salem's Lot, and the whole idea of this town being assaulted by vampires, and it's like a very slow progress, but the town is very active, and you get to see all these different perspectives from all of these different characters. Like, I think that is what we need for a Monster Squad television series. Something that's a little bit more subtle. There's something that's a little bit more of a build up. There's more gradual. And the biggest example I can give to this pretty much would be a concept similar to Stranger Things, It, Super 8, where you have these kids having to deal with this supernatural or interstellar or interdimensional force that threatens this small town that they're in. I think this would be a fantastic way of getting this series on track. And I love the fact that it could potentially be something through that. If you think about the concept of, hey, you have this small town and all of these kids have to band together to kind of deal with the supernatural forces, I think that'd be an awesome concept. Now, as far as the whole ideology behind the monsters themselves, I've never liked Dracula with the whole Count outfit on. I think it's freaking stupid. I think at the time that he was alive, yeah, it would make sense for him to, during that, 1970s, 1600s, hey, whatever the hell time of Transylvania, it makes sense. But I hate watching a Count Dracula movie where the entire movie, this is what he wears. And it's like, no, yes, you're in a different time, but the problem is like, yeah, you're not in that other time. You know what I mean? Because you're smart. You're smart enough to know that, okay, nobody's else wearing this crap, so I got to kind of blend in a little bit. So we need to do a better job with the presentation of Dracula in these movies. That's one reason I hated Dracula 3000, because the whole time he's in space wearing the same outfit like he's in the 1600s. It's stupid. Now, the whole thing behind the Monster Squad is these kids have to stop this group of monsters from getting this amulet controlling the world. Another issue I have with it is there isn't enough emphasis on the characters themselves, the actual villains themselves. Because if you think about it, it's like okay, like what is the Wolfman's motivation? What's the Gillsman motivation? What's Dracula's motivation? You know, the only real motivating factor you pretty much get from any character in this entire movie is probably Frankenstein. Well, when I say character, I mean the monsters. It's probably Frankenstein because Frankenstein wanted friendship, gets friendship from a little girl, and actually decides to help the Monster Squad at this point. Like that's a good motivator, you know. This shows he's got personality. You don't understand why the hell the Gill Man is doing this. You don't understand why Dracula's doing this. You understand why the Wolfman is doing this. Although the Wolfman does do kind of like this dual personality thing, where okay, his Wolfman persona is with Dracula, but his human persona is trying to stop Dracula. So I do like that dynamic. I do like that dynamic. Also, you don't understand what the mummy's motivation is, and it just feels like they just threw in the classic monsters just to have the classic monsters in this movie. And if you think of and more importantly, I think this is one of the films where I feel like they just shoehorn these characters in because you could have potentially had any one of these monsters probably by themselves and not had the other ones. So the rest of them really don't serve a purpose. Motivation is another interesting point because look, I'm all for the whole okay, these kids have to band together to save the world. Like I said, that's one thing I loved about Stranger Things. And if anybody can take the Monster Squad and redo it and make it to a television series, Stranger Things would definitely be a really powerful inspiration. It would be a really good inspiration. Salem's Lot will be a good inspiration. And when I see this, I see something along the lines of like big bag Beetleborgs, but but I really do think that the Monster Squad could potentially come out with a really good television series instead of this basic 80s movie that just shoehorned all these characters in. Because, like I said, you don't know how the Wolfman became the Wolfman. You don't know what mummy it actually is or why the hell it makes a difference. Like, I can understand that the mummy was trying to come back to life. I can understand the Wolfman is trying to cure himself. I can understand Frankenstein is trying to be human, you know, something other than okay, they're just with Dracula. And also the Gill Man. Gill Man really don't ever get no shine, so we need to actually give him some emphasis too. And also the whole bit Dracula bites these girls from school is kind of weird, but okay. But anyways, those are just some quick thoughts that we should throw out there with some television series. More emphasis on all of these characters and as well as the going on of a small town. More of a gradual build. If Dracula's coming here to do some really bad stuff to find an amulet, he should get a little bit more influence with what's going on with these other people as well. Maybe he decides that he wants to uh, bite the mayor or bite the judge or bite the grocery lady. You know, a gradual build of his power. You know what I'm saying? Make it definitely a little bit more darker, but at the same time, you can keep it lighthearted. Not lighthearted, but as far as the kids aspect, you can make it really good. You know, really compelling. A bit more into the flashbacks of what happened before that precedes the events of the Monster Squad with Van Helsing. Were there other monsters? You know, how did Dracula come to want to possess this amulet? How did these other monsters come to join Dracula? Like all of these will be interesting things in the story to actually explore. Could that potentially be somebody that's actually a descendant of Van Helsing? Bit cliche, but could be interesting if somebody end up spinning it right. And let there be some bloody violence. Not bloody, but let there be a little bit of violence. Because the Wolfman, come on now, there's literally no reason people shouldn't be found in the woods torn up or something. It's Dracula. There's no reason people shouldn't come up dead or come up missing and then come back uh, crazy trying to bite folks. There is no reason that the Gill Man should be there, but you don't see him doing Gill Man things. Like, I don't know, sinking boats, dragging people into the water, something. The Mummy. I don't know what the hell a mummy would do. I'm just going off the Mummy with an old dude that came out in 1999 where you just drain people or something like that. That could be, like I said, make the monsters actually feel relevant. Give them something cool to do. Give them some actual motivation. I want to see some kill. I want to see that kill count go. But not to mention at the end of the movie, the freaking military kind of comes in, and it would be awesome to see the military fight monsters like this. So I'm all for that. I am all for that. But anyways, guys, and I'm definitely going to probably come back with Ken and talk about how we can spin this into a television series. But yes, in the comment section below, guys, let me know your thoughts about how in the hell they can make a Monster Squad television series and how it could be completely awesome. Um, as well as be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of this channel. And also, what other monsters could they potentially put into this Monster Squad television series that will make it even better? Because I think that'll actually be a great way of reintroducing the Universal monsters. But anyways, catch you guys later. Narik Chase out.